start up the call and let's see what everyone else has to say. I think I have my Discord. Discord.
All these games.
You
guys and all your thoughts are minorities, giga minorities. It is not relevant. Asia loves it. Honor of Kings literally is the most successful game in China. It is League of Legends where you could pay for skins to have more stats than other people.
Is my sound captured?
True.
I think my sound is captured.
Like Asia loves, and you have
sure.
to also understand where this stems from, right? The work culture over there is to an extent where most normal people don't have much time to grind games, so they feel like the ability to pay for power stymies that issue of not having as much time, right? That's where that.
I don't know what they're talking about yet.
This is why their POV. This is why you don't see as much outrage on this in the Asia side. Meanwhile, like in the West side, they're all fucking having a mental right? Like you guys played MMOs, right? What do you see always in Asian MMOs? Giga pay to win, but they're super successful in Asia, right? But what happens when that comes to America? Every American's like, this is way too pay to win. Right? Exactly. And it's a mental diff, right? This is a complete cultural mentality diff. And
that's the global passive.
This is why I always think
Bob's probably explaining why
much as you guys might think
Asia
all this, like, you have to also think on the other side, right? Why it's probably going to continue and why it's probably considered okay over there. You know?
Yeah.
I am curious what they think.
I totally agree.
Haven't,
maybe we should just start from the top since now everyone's in the call.
I haven't gone to see what the CN community is.
I was gonna ask.
Hello.
I was gonna ask what was being talked about.
Oh, we were talking about the whole castress passive, but maybe we should just start from the top about everything about the Honkai Star Rail livestream. So this was the anniversary livestream, which is obviously a huge deal. Every single game that has an anniversary livestream, you're expecting like free stuff, maybe cool future updates, all that kind of stuff. So maybe we should just start with the good of the patch, right? And then we can talk about what we think is bad about it.
Okay.
But I think most of us can agree, good free stuff. Let's see, 30 free polls, free 5-star between, what were the two characters? It was Ron and
we turn off BGM.
Yeah.
I can turn off BGM.
Yeah, which, I mean, those
Let
are
me
probably not
lower the
people's first
BGM
choice,
a bit.
hey, free stuff, always great. Then they also said there would be a new free character this year that's a 5-star. So, like Dr. Ratio.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Other good things. They said they're going to add more cutscenes to story. And also they're going to try and fill in the holes, I guess, of story that didn't quite hit. Starting in 3.8, they're going to add, like, I guess side stories to cover up some of the other stuff.
I don't think Jenna plays.
And those are kind of the big things that are good, right? Oh, and when you lose 50-50, you can now select 3 of those characters that you would normally get to be, Blade, Sela, and Fushuan. Did I cover everything?
I think that's the Annie stuff, yeah.
Oh, no. Wait, you mentioned the 5-star select thingy, right? Between
Who are in the call? Box,
Yeah.
2, Braxophone, Fob,
Bob's
Jenna.
sleepy.
Someone said that you
Ruby.
could save the item for the next time there's characters in the store. I don't know if that's like
Yeah, it
that's like
doesn't
a risky
expire.
claim.
It doesn't expire. You could wait until
They're gonna add more characters in the store.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot. They're also adding that like dupe shop thing, kind of like fake Grand Order's USOs. And I think you can get some for free from story. But I mean, I'll just start from like the top and ask everyone's opinion, I guess, on this. I guess I'm just gonna start this discussion. I don't know why I am, but top left
I love
box.
Gacha Cast.
Bro,
Yeah, I'll be
I'll be
the Gacha Cast guy, okay? So Box, you start. What did you think about the live stream? Just like give everyone's impressions.
Yeah, I think looking back now, like rewards are pretty good, but the content it seems like there's not actual like much gameplay going on. Like I like the PvP event. I think every time they do something like PvP events, I think that's always really fun. But they have like how much events? Like they had the damn, I can't really name any other ones, bro. It's I already forgot them. That one damn, fuck. Is that it?
Okay. Well, so basically, it didn't make that much of an impact on you. So
yeah, the other ones didn't really make too much of an impact. I forgot them already.
All right.
I think a very big thing is the cutscenes thing. I think that's gonna be like huge because that's like I feel like one of the main problems of Honkai Star right now is that they have an absurdly long story, but like nothing to keep the players like interested in it, or like nothing to you know, just keep them playing the story. It's just a
totally understandable. Now, Sweetly, what do you think? You're up next.
I felt like they speed ran the last part really quickly. We were watching and then everybody was like, wait, is that it? And then in the last like 5 minutes, they like info dumped hard on everyone. I feel like they could have slowed down a little bit and like gone over what the things were. And then they barely touched on the Castorus passive that I know a lot of people were, that you guys were probably discussing. I feel like they could have, but that means that they also know that it's not going to be received favorably in some regions at least. I feel like they could have at least explained that, like, is it a one-off thing? Is it just Castorus? Is it going to be like a thing for characters moving forward? Because I think a lot of people are also concerned slightly.
No,
like, are all the characters going to have global passives now?
I think the main reason they just like went like quickly over is because it's probably literally like not an issue in China.
It is kind of a small thing, I guess.
That could be if they're just casually mentioned it, and then
like I'm not gonna lie, even if all of the West rallied and like rioted, that like makes up for like what 20% of the player base or less. So
yeah.
Do you really think like all of the West is like 20% of the player base? Is it that different?
Maybe 20% of the revenue.
Limit the passive to 1 active. We don't know how.
Definitely
we don't know how the
less than 20% of the revenue.
I feel like there's a pretty big Western audience for this game.
I don't think so. I don't think you know how big China alone is.
Oh wait.
Before you include the rest of Asia.
We can discuss this, but let's just go in order real quick.
The other thing that was interesting was it feels like they're like unleashing the power for people to swipe hard on this game. Like with the top-up events and the fact that you can convert like every 1 golden like token can convert to 2 variable dice. Theoretically, if you're like a mega whale for the price of 1 5-star, you can re-roll your relics once. Like you can technically go infinite with that. So like people with, let's say, like a ton of money could potentially like spend to their heart's content and get some value out of it. So it is like, the system did make me think about like the more, like slightly more predatory games where you can swipe hard. But here, like we don't have PvP, so it's more acceptable, I guess. It's like people won't complain as much. I feel like it could still be a bit problematic.
I think they do have a spending event or something that they're also doing during the anniversary. Like the more you spend, you get other free things along with it. So they're really promoting a lot of that. I think I would totally agree with that. Just like a lot of different systems related to money.
So for people to spend, to incentivize people to swipe more on the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess Brax, you're up next.
Am I? Oh, I thought I muted myself. Okay, I'm good. So yeah, I know. I feel like what was the question again?
Thank you for the hydrate.
Just your thoughts on the live stream and what they added, basically. Just
it's more or less the same thing plus anniversary rewards. Like nothing really changed. They did make some big announcements for the future of the game, which I think are cool, but you know, I think I would personally like to see like the anniversary. Hey, this is changing now, not hey, this is changing in 4 patches.
That is true. Swipe for convenience.
I think that the rewards that they announced were like really good. Actually, I think that this year, hopefully, people won't have like huge issues with it, because I personally feel like, you know, free Ranmei or Lecha or a free character, whenever those characters rotate out, is good. Even like E1 for Ranmei and Lecha are both like decent, right? So even if you already have the characters, it's not really useless. And then they also, if you get an Eidolon, I think they said you get like another item to spend in the shop as well. I think changing out to the standard banner, not standard banner, the 50/50 lost characters is really good too. I think the characters they have available for it aren't great, but hopefully that'll change in the future. And it won't just be like Zilla Blade and Fushuan. Yeah, I definitely noticed what Sweetly was saying though. I think there's a lot of focus on monetizing the game right now, which feels, I mean, it's a gacha game, so at the end of the day, obviously they're gonna put like a ton of effort into like making as much money as possible. But it's strange that it kind of feels like there's been a whole shift in like the attitude of the game. And it's not even just HSR. Kind of all the Hoyoverse games I feel like recently have had this huge shift towards making a shit ton of money off the cash shop. And this event is like it's like a spending event, which I know is pretty popular in China. I know that a lot of gacha games have like spending events where you get just like tons of bonuses for it. But it kind of feels like they're trying to like be like, hey, this is a spending event, but like we're not gonna call it that, right? We're celebrating, and if you spend $200, you know, you get an extra token.
Guys, double top-up bonus! We're bringing it back! This is hype! Yeah, and then all these other kind of payment-related things. That's true. Yeah, that's pretty much what Swilly was talking about as well, right?
Yeah. So, I think... I don't know. Ultimately, I feel like the live stream itself, like, if we ignore the caster's passive, I feel like it was fine. I think the anniversary rewards, which is the thing that a lot of people seem to be concerned with every year, are fine. I just really don't... Again, I don't like the precedent of the caster's passive, and I also just don't really like that. Like, oh, we just got like story. There's no touching up on like any of the endgame modes. There's no like, there's nothing like super revolutionary this patch.
I like how they addressed the buffs at least, because people were asking like, well, they mentioned buffing the older characters, and then we haven't heard back from like 2 patches. At least we got some solid like actual data or actual info that Blade, Kafka, Silverwolf, and Jingliu is getting buffed, and then 3.4. So I guess that's something to look forward to see how like the precedent for how they're buffed. Like I guess we'll see.
Surely Silverwolf will be able to beat Anaxa, who has 7 debuffs at the same time. Surely,
7 weakness.
I suppose we'll have to see.
Oh yeah, dude, I was super confused about the Anaxa stuff too, because I actually hadn't looked at I hadn't had any dreams or anything. I go in there and I'm like, why the fuck does that guy have 7 weaknesses?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, so that's
I guess next would be Fob.
Live stream was, I think it was just an average live stream, but for an anniversary live stream, it was disappointing because
welcome back, Moj. We're discussing some of the.
I was memeing.
Yeah, I wonder why. Wait, what? I wonder why. I thought he always shows up to the anniversary live stream.
Up for everyone,
yeah.
He was so disappointed. He didn't even show up.
He abandoned his
own.
I abandoned his own one.
I missed him.
Oh, he's showing at Poke's house. That's why he couldn't show up.
Oh yeah, true, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Fob probably just woke up to watch the live stream.
Yeah, I thought Anaxa's like abilities just didn't look as cool as Castorus's, which is understandable, right? Castorus is like the super focused character, but like I think they could have done my boy a little bit more on the special effects
he didn't
department.
sleep? Wait.
I mean, his alt looks cool.
What was he up doing?
Everything else is like, I don't know.
Fob hasn't slept yet?
And yeah, the only thing about the live stream, like Sweetly said, like, it felt super rushed towards the end. I was like, what the? Like, the beginning felt super slow because they were just lore dumping.
I wonder why.
It's 30
and
minutes.
then they just went like Mach 10. Literally, they started, I swear, one of them started rapping. They just went, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was literally thinking, like, slow down. Like, wait for us to digest some of this info.
I don't know if you guys, I mean, obviously some of you might understand Chinese, but like, the ones that don't, like, I mean, it might be because I'm tired, but like, at one point I couldn't keep up with the subtitles with how fast it was going. I was like, oh, damn, okay.
Yeah, when they were introducing Ruanmei Locha and then the banners, and then with the conversion, I was like, wait, now I'm getting confused. Are they free or not? Because like Fob said, it was in a different language, and it was hard to keep up with like the subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. The beginning was like 15-minute lore dump about the whole story that you haven't played yet.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't need to go into the 15-minute lore dump. They could have done like a 5-minute, like it's to condense that into 5 minutes and then save the extra 10 minutes for the end.
They just shouldn't do a lore dump because I didn't do the quest yet.
Yeah, it actually kind of spoiled everything.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Like, why am I getting spoiled by the devs right now?
Bro, if you don't play the story, then just quit the game, bro.
Yeah, have you done the war story? Have you done the ZZ story?
Bro?
It just updated yesterday. I was gonna play it, but like, chill, bro.
Oh, wow.
I did play Xeno's story, but I finished Xeno's story.
It's Fob and Ruby.
Okay, well, you know, let's move. I'll go last. Let's move on to Poke. So, what did you think about this live stream?
Ooh. Okay. I think a lot of the points that
quite a while about the lore.
I think the elephant in the room is definitely gonna be the global passive thing. I do think that it sets a a pretty dangerous precedent of like how this is gonna turn out, especially if like there's gonna be more and more units in the future of this. Because honestly, I feel like for Casuvis, the passive itself is not really something that changes everything. Because you still need to get a heal or a shield, otherwise the unit dies. So most of the time, you are still running
at 1
HP.
HP.
Yeah. So it's not something that would like break the game, but it becomes a problem if like more and more future.
Yeah, and if they become stronger.
Yeah. Or like even if they introduce it to like light cones and all that kind of stuff, that will be a very, very dangerous path. So I don't really like it. But aside from this global passive, I think generally it's okay. But I think you guys did mention that towards the end, they really went like super fast, and I also could not keep up. I could not keep up, and like, especially the part where they were explaining like how do you obtain the silver and the gold thingies. It just finished in like 30 seconds, and then like when they mentioned like how all units were getting reworked or like buffed, it was like 10 seconds. It was like one sentence. Oh, by the way, Silver Wolf,
and then they went to the next.
So like towards that,
I couldn't even find who was getting buffed. I want to go back later. I was like, who got buffed? I was like, I don't know where.
I missed it. My chat was screaming at me.
Yeah, it was.
Go find it.
Yeah. I think they did spend a bit too much time on like the lore and like, how they want to build up to Trope 2. They could have made it like maybe like 10 minutes less, then 10 minutes more for the second half and the first half.
The story spoilers were
agree on
bro.
that for sure.
They had to spoil the story, bro.
Like, without Caster's global passive, I'll give it like a probably 8.5 out of 10. If Dao Show Up is 9. With the Caster's global passive, I think
that's big.
I mean, it's pretty big though. I think it is pretty big. Like especially a free run, especially that shop, it will introduce more limited 5 stars. So if you just don't spend it now and they keep adding this kind of new limited 5 stars, you could theoretically get like, very good events or like items for units, and you just don't pull.
True.
Well, let me just ask this question really quick though, Pokey. So anniversary live streams for any game generally will give out a lot of free things, but so in this case they gave out the free things, but for an anniversary patch, I feel as though maybe it didn't add that much, right? Like it did give the free stuff, which is obviously great, but I don't know. That's just
you're getting one free limited and another brand new, unless it's gonna be like a whole Aloy thing with like the fake collab, and then they make the brand new 5-star become like Aloy, and then the complete dog shit. Then have to be really.
Yeah, it's gonna be Archer and he's 2 feet tall.
Dude,
like
wait, I just realized what that meant. Fuck, that's just the fake collab.
Yeah, exactly. That's a brand new 5-star. So like, if it was a collab unit, and then it was gonna be like Aloy.
I hope it's not an Aloy.
Surely not.
And I do like the rework.
There were some QOLs.
So that instead of like
you can
auto
salvage your relics now. So whenever you farm a relic domain, it can auto salvage the purple. You don't have to go into your bag and then salvage it.
Yeah,
that one was
that
pretty
definitely
good.
put a damper
I like
on
that
things, let's say,
QOL.
for a lot of people. Well, Ruby, what do you think?
I think my thoughts are pretty much the same as everyone else's. I think the one thing I'll emphasize the most,
Archer from Fate to have a global pass.
I want to say
is that there's a lot of talk in the beginning. I think a lot of people really wanted to see casters and Noxa, but then with the lower down, at one point I felt like I was zoning out, right?
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Rex,
I had you turned down from
mute yourself. Oh, interrupting Ruby, shut up.
So yeah, I felt like at the beginning it was a little too much talking, only because like we were also eager to see casters, right? But like I said, everything you guys said is pretty much what I also think about with everything. My only biggest concern is if we get casters this year, then what is next year? You know, with the global passive, like are they going to add another character with more global passives? Will they add something else? Because last year was Acheron, and I thought Acheron was crazy personally. So it's like, what will they do next year, and will it be a good or bad thing?
No, not even next year. It's like next 5 months, to be honest.
What if we get? What if every character
next 3 months? Yeah, because that was a crazy like power creep. You know, I won't lie. I mean, if you're good at gaming, you probably don't even need casters maybe for like global passives. Yeah, but it's only like, what about the future? You know, what's gonna happen?
Yep,
that's my thoughts.
I think that's totally understandable.
Yeah, pretty much what everyone said though. I agree with everyone.
Yeah, I'll go last. Just real quick. Yeah, I agree with pretty much what everyone brought up. Some things I'd like to definitely add in though. For instance, the the new 50-50 system thing they're adding, where you can replace a few of the characters. I just find it actually comical because they created the problem, which is the 50-50 system. Now they're making a slight alteration for 3 characters that nobody wants or cares about, and people are like, oh my god, they fixed the 50-50. I just think that's very funny, that they basically created the entire problem and are now selling the tiniest addition of a solution, and people are like, wow, they're listening, they care. Like, you made the problem. You shot yourself in the foot, and now you're putting a band-aid on top of it. So I think that's kind of funny. I do think that the update had some good things. Like, I think adding more cutscenes, that's huge. Everyone was asking for that. Everyone's been memeing on Honkai Star Rail that they didn't have any cutscenes, that things were boring, right? That's a huge win. I think people are going to be really happy about that. They still need to work on their characters having more than 3 poses, sure, but hey, cutscenes are awesome. That's a huge win. But it felt as though the patch basically has no content. For an anniversary patch, it seems very strange that they only had like 2 events and they didn't really look all that crazy. They didn't add any... I think it was Brax that was saying this, or maybe it was Fob that was saying they didn't really add any like changes to endgame or add any like real meaningful content, right? It's just like, hey, here's a couple little events, which seems
I didn't say
a bit strange. Okay, I think it must have been Brax then.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's so many people were talking, but it just feels as though for an anniversary patch, it kind of falls flat other than the free stuff. I know the free stuff is great, like you can't discount that. That's a bunch of awesome stuff. Genshu could never, all that kind of stuff, but it genuinely just felt like the other stuff was a bit half-assed, and that's kind of why they just skipped through a lot of it in a way. They also could have really easily just not yapped at the beginning, ruining the whole story, and instead just lengthened every other part after, which we kind of already talked about. But it's like, they could have made a 1-hour stream just of like lengthily talking about everything and cutting out all the beginning, so that was a bit weird. But yeah, anyways.
Do you think that they are putting more of their time into the concerts because it's in CN? Or they decide to sacrifice some of the live stream for it?
I believe that the concert has nothing to do with the live stream, really, and I think I'm surprised they didn't do a concert during the live stream. I will say, I thought they were going to do some like big presentation or something, but maybe
you probably will during the next one.
Okay, maybe during the next, but yeah. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I don't really think the concert has too much to do with it. How I see it is the company's so big, and has all the funds they could ever need for anything, and there's no way they're putting in a large amount of the money they make back into the game, even with the concerts and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, the concerts are cool, but I just feel like that shouldn't be an excuse for why the live stream wasn't like better handled or had more content.
I guess I don't really feel like I feel like it's less on the live stream. It's just more on the update, right? Because like I feel like the live stream, I honestly don't give a fuck about how they present the live stream. I just want to know what's coming up, right? Like I don't feel like there's been any live stream I've watched by Hoyoverse where I've been like, wow, what a fun live stream that was. Like I just like watched to see what the new shit is, and that's it. I don't know if
their
other
jokes
are
like fucking lame, dude.
They don't land for sure.
Yeah, their jokes suck. I'm sorry.
Understandable.
No, I just think all of HSR's live stream with Albert are 10 times better.
With Albert? You like Albert?
I don't know about 10 times, but
no, it's because the like as an English viewer, like when the Chinese devs are doing running the live stream, it just like doesn't flow as well. Albert, like as an English viewer, it's way more consumable and like comfortable. Because like, I mean, if we were Chinese, right? Like it would be. I'm sure it would be fine, but we're not. So you know.
Yeah, it's a DNA diff, bro. I spawned in the wrong place. I don't know what to say. Like I wish I knew Chinese, but
yeah, well, lucky man. That's spawn point.
Something I'd like to ask everybody is, how do you feel about the future of HSR? Anyone have any thoughts? Like, what do you think about the future after seeing this live stream? And well, people, let's be honest, I'm sure a bunch of people in this call have also seen dreams or whatever you want to call them about future things, and global passives. Well, kind of sounds like they're here to stay.
I've never had a dream about the game, but what I can say is that for me, I'm stuck here until the Fate collab, right? Because that's just an IP that I like so much.
I'm really looking forward to the Fate collab too.
I'm here until that happens, and if the game doesn't pull me back in after that, then like that's probably it, right? Because it's for me, I've kind of run out of things I feel like to do in the game. I have on my main account, I have like all the characters obviously, so I can just like clear everything. And then on my free to play, I've been able to clear everything for a while, especially like when the Herta came out, it just made everything comically easy. So I don't know. It just kind of feels like there's not really a reason for me to log in other than the story. So like once every 6 weeks, I can log in. But maybe they'll add some more stuff that makes the game fun again for me. I don't know.
Anyone else?
I don't see it getting any better. It's a Hoyo game, and Hoyo games have shown that they only downgrade.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too early to tell because, I mean, I think at least the audience, sometimes it changes over time, you know? Does that make sense? I feel like once it happens and then it passes, maybe we'll get a better idea.
Sounds very optimistic.
I feel like if you compare like this
the thing is,
oh, go on.
Oh no, sorry, you can go first.
I was just saying, like, comparing this anniversary reward to last year's anniversary rewards, I do feel like this year's anniversary rewards were on par or slightly better than last year's. Given that we actually got a free, like the Rame and the Locha selector, I do think is pretty big for a lot of people. So them adding it and then giving you that option like for free to everyone for 2 whole patches, I think it is a pretty big reward, I would say. So it's like it shows that they are willing to like expand. I feel like 1 year ago we would never have expected them to give away like a free limited like selector. But now after kind of like the power creep of the rewards, I feel like with all the new games that's come out, I feel like there has been like a power creep in the gacha like game community or like the game developers where they kind of know that they also have to step up on the rewards for the players. So it feels like they are kind of keeping up with that. But it is a bit concerning, like the part about where it feels like they are pushing more heavily for people to spend more. And then I'm curious about how the buffs for the new characters will be, like the Blade Kafka buffs. I wonder if they're gonna be like some insane buffs or if they're just gonna try to bring them on par with like the current characters. I feel like that would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it would be difficult to get them on par with some of the characters. Like, how is Silverwolf going to compete with Anaxa? Like, what are they about to do to her?
AoE weakness implant.
AoE, they could just give her AoE weakness implant and AoE defense down on her ulti.
She's about to become crazy, I guess.
I would actually make her like insane.
I guess we'll have to see about that. Anyone else have any thoughts on the future of HSR, I guess, at the moment?
Wait for the game to come out.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
not go for it.
Oh, I think every Western CC's doom posting it, but I think HSR is probably just gonna be just fine.
And there it is.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
everybody understands the like precedents and the possible negative like future that could come with the global passive.
I don't think anyone's saying HSR
I don't think that's
isn't going
enough
to be fine.
to kill the game.
HSR doesn't.
Oh, it won't kill the game at all. But I think
it won't.
Yeah, but how many of you motherfuckers went live with a HSR funeral in your fucking title? You fucking.
Oh, because it's a funeral to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good one.
Because it's. Well, no, it's true. Am I wrong?
No, it's always dead. He's not
to a lot of players. The game, hell no, it's not gonna.
How many people do you actually think in the West are gonna quit because of
casual HSR?
I think it's people that have already been on their way out, right? And then like.
Yeah, but then those people would have quit regardless of the global passive, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
like,
gonna be the one.
What I'm saying is, I think it's like less than like 1% are quitting the game because of this.
I know the global everything. It just gives them the extra push. Like they pretty much really don't play the game that much anymore. It's just kind of there for like you log in once a patch, you play a story, they just bounce. So it's sort of like a what is the word? 顺便 convenient. It's convenient that okay, this is really really bad, and then it can help them like do a clean break. But I feel like people that still like HSR, I don't think this changes too much. And if anything, like I feel the rework to the 50/50s and like the free limited selector, which you can literally save by the way. Like you don't even have to choose one day. You could save that because they're gonna keep
plays
adding
HSR
new limited final
time to time.
So that could mean like a E1 Robin or
From
E1
time
which is
to
like
time.
absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm actually quite hopeful for the future of HSR. And if you guys all quit, you know, I will still be here for the next 10 years.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
That's not true, Poke. If they fucking do, if I don't know, like the possibilities with the global passive are fucking insane. They could do some stupid fucking shit.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good thing, but like, I don't think what we as content creators and a lot of people here sitting in Twitch chats think about the game or what the average people who play these games think. So
I feel like there's a huge casual fan base of HSR.
exactly,
And
there's
they're
a
not
giant
going to care.
casual
yeah.
Story
okay, wait. Let me just clear something up really quickly though. I don't think anyone here genuinely thinks that the game is going to die or that like everyone's going to quit now or something like that just because they weren't happy with the patch. I don't think anyone actually really believes
a lot
that.
of people would think about it.
Yeah,
well, no.
a lot of you guys are doom posting it.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's good for
people
the.
talk
Wait,
about
whoa. Okay, first of all, saying the game is shit or that it's going down a shitty path is not doom posting. It's just a fact. Secondly, there's gonna be some players that quit. Absolutely. Is that gonna be the majority? Hell no. This game is still gonna be huge.
You can't say that's a fact because saying something shit is an opinion. You literally said an opinion.
It's an opinion, but is that doom posting? Is that even doom posting?
But you can't say it's a fact, right? Because it's not a fact. I mean, it's a fact for your reality because you don't like it. But it's like this, right? It's like how Tectone can't he can't fathom how some people could enjoy Genshin, but there are actually people who really enjoy
Oh
Genshin,
yeah, no, absolutely.
You know? It's like that, right? For Tectone, it's a fact that Genshin is shit. But for a lot of people, it's a fact that Genshin's really fun, right? Stuff like that.
I feel like there's probably some way to quantify that adding the caster's passive factually makes it shittier. There's probably some way you could scientifically argue, but yeah, you're right. It's not factually.
It does make it potentially shittier,
Yeah, but if I state my opinion like it's fact, it's funnier.
Yeah, but
it is funnier. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. But anyways, yeah, like absolutely. I mean, look, anyone who thinks the game's actually gonna die because of this, it's ridiculous. Obviously, it's not. Is it something that's shitty that a lot of people don't like? Yeah. Is it going to kill the game? No. Is it going to potentially put the game on a path where it just gets worse and worse? Absolutely. Is it going to potentially influence other games to copy it because, well, let's be real, Hoyoverse is the #1? Absolutely. These are all facets that I'd consider bad. It's not like the game is literally going to die, though. It's just going to die for a lot of players who, you know, are really hardcore or care a lot about it.
Yep,
that's how I see it.
And play ZZZ.
Why play ZZZ? It's just going to do that in a year anyway.
What do you think?
You have to wait for their next game to come out.
Yeah, wait until the next. Yeah, you're right. Which will probably be within a year.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I actually had some people in my chat saying, do you think that they are doing this to HSR to make people then play ZZZ? But I feel like that's ridiculous.
Working. No, it's working.
I don't think
I'm playing ZZZ now.
Dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't think that makes any sense. I mean,
yeah, it's like different games.
Yeah.
Too different.
You know, I feel like they're trying at HSR, like in terms of responding to even trying to make the story better. Like I was surprised that they immediately addressed like the black scenes in like that previous live stream, where they immediately were like, "Oh, we noticed feedback about like the story experience, and then we're updating this." And then they even said how they changed like the 3.1 quest to delete like a bunch of the puzzling aspects and then make it flow better. So I feel like the Star Rail team is trying pretty hard.
You know, that's actually interesting because yeah, I think there's like two different things happening, right? Like I think the Star Rail team is trying really hard, but I think at the same time, like separately from them trying hard to fix things, they're also monetizing really hard at the same time. And so it kind of just makes it look like they're trying to make a shit ton of money, but then they're like covering it up by like, oh, we're listening.
Yeah, the push for monetization, like especially this patch was a bit strange, but maybe they're thinking, well, it's Casterus and it's the anniversary, and people will spend like anyway. We'll give them some more incentives to spend.
Yeah, true.
I feel like if they added it to a Nexa, technically if they want to milk, they should have just added it to a Nexa and give a Nexa the global passive. Because then we might actually have to think like between NX and Casterus. Because I think Casterus, everybody was gonna pull for it anyways. But if they gave it to NX, like, ooh, now you really have to like.
Absolutely.
He would be more mad.
What if the reason they're monetizing? What if the reason they're monetizing so hard is because of China?
Ooh.
Isn't China like going through like a not a recession, but like a down economic like slowdown, and especially
just like us for real.
So are you saying the economy?
Geopolitics is crazy.
Yeah, geopolitic economy is why they're doing
and MiHoYo's
yeah, the
seeing
crashing
numbers
housing
are getting
market. Yep.
numbers. They're seeing numbers are getting too slow, so they're like, all right,
I was about to blame minimum wage on Castros.
Toss those fucking top up bonuses in there, you know.
I mean,
Just
theoretically,
like,
maybe.
The economy's not doing well in a lot of places.
I mean, I would say, like, what was just said, I totally agree with, where they are making some good changes to the game. Absolutely. Like, making the story better and, like, flow better, right? Because people didn't have a problem with what the actual story was saying. People had a problem with how it was delivered. And having the cutscenes and, like, removing some of the puzzles and other stuff is good. But I don't consider that to be trying super hard. I feel like that's kind of just listening to the bare minimum what the players wanted. You see, the thing is, like, I know everyone's going to think I sound like a major hater, and I kind of am at the moment, but I try to be fair when I can, and I don't really have many allegiances to companies. It doesn't really matter what company it is. If it screws up, it screws up. And so I'm viewing HSR through a slightly negative lens, but I'm totally willing to say the positives. And I think they are doing some good things and listening to the players somewhat, but at the same time, are they really doing that much listening in some of these areas? I'm not sure I'm convinced.
Depends.
I think as a company, you also kind of have to have your own like sets of standards and things you want to follow. You can't just be a company that listens to like the loudest voices all the time and then just implements the changes because you hear people talk about it. So I think them responding and them not responding, I think it depends on like what they're addressing and then how they're addressing it.
I think it's very simple formula. The more money a game makes, the less they have to listen. It's just always like that, right? And like the less successful a game is, the more they'll listen. This is why everybody like points to how ZZZ is listening the most out of all the HoYo games. Is it a coincidence that ZZZ also makes the least money out of all the HoYo games, right? Right, like because there is, I believe, like a possible, like if I was Doctor Strange, I'm looking through all the fucking possibilities. There's a universe where Wuthering Waves was before Genshin Impact, and they were so successful, and they never have the devs listen moments because they were so successful.
That wasn't gonna. That would not happen. They definitely copied Genshin. They copied Genshin so hard, though. No, I'm not saying they would. I'm not saying they wouldn't do the devs listen.
No, I'm saying imagine if Wuwa came first and Genshin came second. You know.
Oh, I think they would do the same thing as Genshin. 100%.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying like it's so much tied to like, I feel like the reactionary, like how much a company listens is based on how much they make. Like if after this HSR revenue, let's say, keeps going down, I'll bet you they'll just keep listening more and more, right?
Yeah, but I guess how much the company makes is tied to like how much the players enjoyed the game, right? So on their metric, one part of if it's like, well, we're still making like the same amount we're making like last year. So like the same amount of people, like if they look at their metrics, and then they can probably tell like based off of how much they make, how much the players enjoy the game too. So it's all kind of tied together, I guess.
That's fair. By the way, I've been sort of leading the discussion, but I did not make this entire thing. So like, you know, if anyone wants to bring up anything they want to say, just go ahead.
I got something to say. Hey, Scythes XZ in Genazod's chat. You think I'm putting down war? Go look up my Twitch tracker. See what I stream the most, you donkey fuck.
It's gonna be the Isle.
Huh?
It's the Isle.
I stream Wuthering Waves the most out of any gacha game, you steaming pile of shit, motherfucker. Eat my ass, pussy.
There's a lot of people in my chat that
I've given more money to Kuro Games than I have to my own fucking child's future college fund.
Yeah, that's probably true. Your girlfriend's not that covered. Let's be real.
That's the.
You're just the freeloader, okay? We all know that.
Oh. Ooh, my dog, not me.
True.
Yo, Fob, how much did you pay in taxes last year?
Way too fucking much, but I'm paying even more this year.
I just
he's popping up. Future billionaire?
No, it's
I
because
just got my bill.
It's because I actually didn't spend as much this last year than the year before.
You can't write off as much.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Okay. Well, no one's really bringing up things I want to talk about, so I guess I would say theoretically, if they added more global passives, let's just pretend that happened.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think about HSR? Like, do you want to keep playing it?
It's over.
Money, get a job. Yeah. Just keep pulling
I think even if you all quit, I'll still be here for the next 10 years.
No,
Yeah?
Vox, I will be the last man standing. You are basically a tourist at this point.
Nah.
Bro cooking his brain for more.
Relax,
Clip
bro.
and ship
Relax.
that for Poke. Clip and ship it.
Clip and ship it?
Yeah.
I will last
How
longer
many-
than you, bro. Listen,
They're
you're
forever.
older than me, bro. I have more time on this earth, bro. I will outlive your ass.
That's crazy. That is
So he's gonna play
crazy.
HSR for the next 80 years.
Okay. That is crazy, bro. I'm gonna die before him in game, so he can 3 HSR more than me. That is crazy. You win.
The
Yep,
moment
exactly.
Pokey dies, you're gonna get all his viewers, bro. You're playing
Oh,
for the
hell yeah,
future.
bro.
Yep. You are the future of HSR.
You have the
he's
savior
smart.
of Honkai, bro. I know.
So,
The up and cover.
how
was gonna
many
say
more
something.
Hoyo games have to come out before you switch to one of those?
Oh, the thing is, whether or not it's a Hoyo game doesn't really change it, because like, even though Zenless Duel comes out, I don't really spend as much time in Zenless compared to HSR still. So it kind of depends on the game itself.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
know
looking
why,
for-
bro. We've seen you play action combat games.
Like what?
Oh,
Black
wow.
I saw your-
Black
I saw your
Myth,
Elden
bro.
Ring run.
I finished.
We
Bro, I
saw
finished
your
Green
Thorn.
Dawn.
I-
Yeah,
finished
nice
saw-
Thorn build, bro.
I saw your Elden Ring
I
run.
finished all that, buddy.
Magic
I saw your
Thorn
Elden
build.
Ring run using an ability they nerfed right after to kill him in 3 spells. I saw that Elden Ring run. That was disgusting.
Hey, I did not use summons. That's all that matters, alright? So.
All right, bro.
Might as well been a summon.
I saw your Iron
Thorns.
Fist Marvel Rivals.
Bro, Mario Rebel is not even action RPG. It's cooked. Okay,
Okay.
Wait, if Hoyoverse releases an FPS or like a TPS, I probably wouldn't play it. Cause
Bro
I just
quit
suck
because he
at
couldn't
shooting.
impress Shy Lily with his Iron Fist skills. Let's
You know
be
what
honest.
actually is so interesting about that? I wonder how many people would go play like a Hoyoverse, like
Like
Yeah,
a Strenova?
yeah, like I wonder how people
Bro,
would do that.
China needs to stop making shooters. They're all flops.
But Chernova's fun.
Hey, technically we got Valorant from there.
Supernova
So.
is dying.
Yeah.
Say Strenova.
Bro,
Stranova's
I played
dying.
so much
This game-
Strenova, and I really wanted that game to pop off, but man, I think just the learning curve was too much for most people.
I think it's also
Well,
third
you-
person. Like people like FPS is just much more popular.
In the West,
concept
Asia
is fun,
loves
though.
third person.
Oh my god, if Hoyoverse makes like a league, bro, I'll all in.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
That
guys
would be
believe?
insane. All the Hoyoverse characters in like a league format. Holy shit.
I will be
Do you-
so long, then I'll play this shit forever.
Okay, but do you guys think that Hoyoverse will ever try to make a competitive game?
I could see it, but the problem is if they
Same,
monetize
same.
it, it just like is dead in the West.
No, they love Gacha too much. It makes them
No,
too much
Gacha
fun.
No, by the way,
skins.
they monetize
Gacha
it in
skin.
like what do you call it? The
Thank you, Link, for the
Arena of
hydrate.
Valor. It's kind of like MOBA, right? And then you monetize it through skins and shit, so you can still play like as a free to play. There's no like.
Oh, okay. So if it's not pay for power, then it'd be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, like basically Honor of Kings, and then they just make it one for like Hoyoverse. And it's like one of
Capcom,
the biggest
Buto.
games you see.
And they could just use their own characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Kind of like
Anyone
how
have any
Hoyo
other
can make a
thoughts? This was
music
kind of
game.
just an impromptu call about the
Yeah, why
HSR
does
stuff.
Fleur-de-Lis have the biggest tits in all of Wuthering Waves?
What about
Is it
Cantarella?
bigger than
though?
Cantarella? No way.
Cantarella's got nothing on. What? Are you blind? Y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, just go fight Fleur-de-Lis. Use Peeb. Use her
I
E to
did.
freeze her and just stare at her ass. That thing is
Oh,
gigantic.
wow, bro
and
has
her
like a
tits.
tech. Bro is a tech
Oh
to
my
do
Yeah,
that.
no, I
Yeah,
literally
I
did it.
didn't even notice.
So you break her, and
Oh
she
my-
goes down, kneels, and like holds onto her sword. She's like crying, by the way. She's like her face is
Why?
sobbing.
You're making this sound
And-
so bad.
She has her crotch open, and I swear her
Bro.
titty's half hanging out.
Bro,
She's wearing like a thong.
bro. Okay.
Yo, you got like a
Okay.
timestamp in the VOD for that?
Goon Master. Okay,
No, just
bro.
go hop onto Uwa, bro. What do you mean?
Just take a
Thank you.
screenshot for us.
Thank you,
Nah,
Track Winona.
I'm not.
Bro, went to
Oh,
excessive
Oh, you can do it on
example.
stream, but you
Bro.
can't take a screenshot for us, huh?
I'm halfway on the floor. Like, you guys ever just like slide down your chair and you're just like barely
Yeah.
on? Yeah, that's me right now. Like, I don't.
Yeah, talk about
I'm not
Gooner.
even looking at my screen. I'm looking at my ceiling.
So is Water Waves a Gooner game now?
Yeah.
Oh, the,
I mean, it
the-
kinda
the
always has
Cantarella?
All
Cantarella
Gacha
made
games are
it super
Gooner games.
Yeah.
You see, okay, here's the thing though. I have no issue with the games being Gooner games, but people always like to pretend that they're not. There's nothing wrong with having Gooner stuff in your game and being a partial Gooner game, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. It's like, some people like that, but if the whole game becomes like that, then, you know, it's just a Giga Gooner game, right? Like Nikke or something, right?
Nikke is not Giga Gooner, though.
But you play Nikke.
What do you think about Bredy?
Bro said Nikke is not Giga Gooner.
Okay, Giga Gooner for me is like Brown Dust 2. Giga Gooner for me is Azure Lane's Live 2D skins. Nikke is like actually like way weaker in the Gooner department compared to those.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I guess.
Nikke does not have anything close to an Azure Lane Live 2D skin, and Brown Dust 2 literally letting you touch and prod and strip them. Right, like that shit's on another level.
True.
They allow that? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but just back to the topic, like, I guess it's becoming a little bit Gooner. I think we've seen a lot of games start to do that. I think ZZZ as well. You may have seen all the recent characters and been like, wow, they're really pushing the sexualization of characters, right? Like more than was before. And now Wu is doing it too. Our game's moving more in this direction now.
Even they've only had one, right, which is Contrarella. I mean, I don't really
so far.
know. Yeah, so far.
I feel like they needed to push that narrative onto Cantarella, otherwise she wasn't going to sell.
You think so?
Oh, is she good? Oh, okay, Ragnar as a unit, like tier 0.
She's not really that great in the game at all right now. Because
Brant, you don't need to look at her.
Yeah.
Brant is literally just Brant could solo a TOA floor and he's technically a sub DPS. Cantarella is you better fucking.
That feels extra bad that she came out after Brand, because they're like kind of the same, but they're so different, like in terms of how powerful they are.
She also just has this problem with fucking energy half the time. I think that's what tilted me, is like her energy needs change drastically based on the team, and sometimes it just doesn't fucking work for some reason.
No, sometimes I notice it's because like your skill doesn't hit the enemy. Like if your forte misses, which it can often miss, you just don't get the energy, and then it's really bad.
Crazy take. Not even
another one
actually,
for
maybe not even crazy. I think Zezu feels better to play than Cantarella by far.
Damn, that's crazy.
You can do the jump cancels on Jezza.
Exactly.
That's so sick.
I actually think Cantarella doesn't
your
feel
mom
good to play.
Sarah, who used Pride win numbers for a fucking Twitter post and looked like a clown, and then I fucking exposed their ass, and then they fucking fixed it with different numbers.
That is crazy.
Bro's calling out his mods.
Yeah, I heard the judge is really bad. I'm so glad I didn't for UE.
Cantarella, I just think she feels jank to play. Like her 3 basic attack chain feels like crap. When you're in Forte, she's like one of the most fun characters in the game, but you're almost never in Forte. So
I think the issue is they should have made her dodge counter count as a Forte stack. Right? You know how Peep can immediately after a dodge counter get right into an absolution or like a heavy? Right? Like the fact that anytime you do a dodge on Cantarella, you immediately lose your entire auto chain, and you have to like it's so ass to build Forte.
Yeah, I agree. Also, since you were asking Pokey, another thing is, well, she's not really good with any characters right now because she buffs havoc damage and skill damage, and there's no character in the game right now that really cares about both.
I played Hyper Cantarella with Shorekeeper Samuel.
That's crazy.
What?
It's ass. It's terrible.
Did you have 6 her farm, or did you go?
No, I got S2, but I didn't unlock it yet.
Only S2? Holy shit!
He hates her. He literally hates her.
I tried her at S0. The biggest issue is her big E, right? That she does. I get it to do 2 130k, so it's 260k, which is good. It has the longest fucking turtle cooldown though. It's like 18 fucking seconds. So, like, you can't even get another one in the next rotation most times, and you kind of need to go a 3rd rotation before you get... It's just, I don't know.
Bro's getting a little too technical.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so TRDR hedges us the best Gacha game. TB. For good.
No, it's not. It's Girls Frontline 2.
No, it's Wizardry, and we all know it.
No, it's not. Bro, if you gave me Wizardry with Girls Frontline 2 models, I'd play it.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. That would actually go crazy.
That would be insane, yeah.
That would go insane, but that's not gonna happen. But hey, I'm gonna be real. HSR gets cleared by Wizardry. Better turn-based gacha.
Yeah, you know what beats all of them? Chess. The best.
Yeah, but Magnus Carlsen is like pay to win. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he has a.
Yo, Fob, how many Varesa do you pull?
Oh, so randomly I was bored while waiting for the HSR live stream, so I pulled more and I got a back-to-back. So I have a C.
You're just
C5.
bored. Ah, okay.
Okay.
Bro was so bored he wailed.
Genazod is gonna hate hearing this. Varesa's literally just feels like a better Rochelle. I'm sorry.
Oh really? Yeah, she's pretty
did
similar.
remind me a bit.
I saw the like whole like
Yeah,
jumping
but like,
aspect, right?
but the gameplay is like,
Yeah,
How does it feel
it
better?
did look really similar.
like I don't want to sound like a Hoyo shill, but I haven't streamed Genshin at all recently. Like, but Varesa, like I was like, holy fuck, bro! I thought Natlan's been dog shit, but like Varesa changed my mind.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it just
apparently
really
she's
smooth
fun to
feeling?
play.
Her entire character kit feels so smooth, like it just
Really?
flows, like super easily. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, I kind of just want to say, like, I feel like
She
you're
doesn't
one of
play
the
but still
example
pull.
that I feel that this whole global passive thing is probably
Everyone
gonna be
I've seen
complete
that
needle
pulled
mover, because a lot of these
Varesa
players,
says
they will
she's
literally
really
just get
fun.
bored. Okay, I'm just gonna pull, and then it just happens. It doesn't really matter all the other things. It's like, oh my god, global passive or whatnot. They're still gonna
Come to
pull.
pull
And
Varesa
So you're saying
and try
Fob's
her
the
out.
problem?
No, I'm not
But
saying
the
Fob is the
ZZZ
problem, but I think
team
there are a
helped
lot of
Varesa.
people like Fob in like all
What's
these other
ZZZ
games,
team?
and they are like the big boys. And as long as the big boys are happy, I don't think like it's gonna change too much.
Oh, I mean,
so I don't
you're
think
absolutely right.
the percentage of the player base that plays these games that are whales are that big. I think still the small spenders are still
Maybe
the
not
majority
that
of
big.
the.
Yeah,
Oh,
but like,
you mean
those
the
that can
actual
just afford, like,
ZZZ
okay, let me
devs?
just do
Oh,
this C1
I see, I
S1
see.
or like
I
easier
thought you were
S1
talking
here and
about for
there.
the
That's just for
players.
fun. Okay, let me just do like a 2 top
You meant
ups.
the
So like whenever
ZZZ
these kind
dev
of like global
team. I
passive
see.
stuff happens, it's like, okay, the solution is just pull this one copy of unit and it's done. Even if I don't want to use it, it's like it's very easily solved. So it doesn't really
Well-
hurt their bottom line that much.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing is, the average player does not look on even YouTube or Twitch or anything. The average player is just casually playing the game, and they'll just pull characters. They don't care about Castros' passive. They haven't even probably heard that anyone thinks it's an issue. The average player of these games literally does not care about any of this. Any discussion we have over issues in any of these games is something that the average player will never hear about or care about at all. And a lot of people don't realize that. That's why, like, for some reason people are saying like, you guys were doom and glooming the game and now look, you're trying to pedal back. It's like, no, like, we're already aware of this. It's like, bro, the average player does not give a fuck about any of this. It doesn't matter. We're only talking to people that are, you know, far enough into the space or like, you know, really addicted to gachas or any of this stuff that actually care. But the average person, it just doesn't
I have a
matter.
cousin who
They
just
might
I
spend
think this
Genshin.
really hurts
Hope
though.
they're having
Because
fun.
like for like the streamers and like these like whales, they'll just
Mhm.
pull everything anyways. And then for the casual, they just don't give a damn. So who is like that subset of population that's like, oh shit, this will ruin my life?
I would say, and tell me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I would say it is pretty much the more dedicated gacha players who, maybe I would say they most likely play multiple gachas. They probably don't only play HSR because they probably don't care that much. But I would say people who play multiple gachas and have perspective on different games, those are probably the people who are more affected, the ones that are really deep into these kinds of games. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
And people who even watch the gacha
Anyone think anything different?
are the minority.
No, but what are Harkin blessings permanent or are they only in the area?
It's for the whole day.
Oh shit. Okay, that's huge. Thanks, man.
Was that a wizardry question?
Yes.
Oh.
Bro's asking for advice in this call. Okay. Wait, were you gonna say something there, Sweetie?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I was like,
You know what? You guys should all play Tribe 9.
Oh,
You know-
I'll be playing more Tribe 9. The story's really
Oh, really?
interesting. Yeah.
actually, decent game. They
It
fumbled
is.
hard
The
at the
launch
start.
just got fumbled, but I feel like any other bigger
always reminds
gacha
me of
could have
Nick's
fumbled
luck.
that and would have been able to re-obtain their
Nick has
audience.
3 5 stars. I have 0
just
5 stars.
lost all of it.
It's actually a shame. The game
Some
actually
accounts
deserves
are
better
built
than it
different.
got.
It is a gacha.
When I
Also,
did the
fuck
sponsor
you,
for that, it was
Jenna. You
fun.
won the PC on that streaming event.
That's insane. That
Bro, I didn't even know there was a streaming event. I streamed Tribe 9 so much, and I'm like, fuck.
I streamed the day of release.
rerolled.
You won a
and
PC?
Yeah, I won a 4090
I streamed like I think I streamed like
is crazy.
7-8 times on Tribe 9, and I did like the whole chapter 1 story, everything, and like I didn't even know there was a streaming.
It was only based on concurrent, highest concurrent at any point, and I streamed it one time. And you know what the sad part is? I actually like Tribe 9. Like genuinely, I think it's a good game. It's just I don't want to pick up another gacha right now. It would have to be something I would be able to play on stream much.
They changed up their combat quite a bit too. It's
I
actually
think I play like 7 right now.
It flows really well, their combat.
Yeah, no, I actually think the game is like a really solid game. The story's fine, the gameplay's fine. I think the aesthetic is awesome. It fumbled so hard in the beginning. I don't think it can recover.
Okay,
it's
but
really
what if
sad.
I told you you don't have to play like a gacha game? You could just kind of play like a Danganronpa game or something, you know?
Yeah, I
like,
feel like it's
Yeah.
like
You're right.
the flow.
The story was
Anything
actually
like
pretty
Danganronpa.
interesting.
Wait, anyone in particular want to talk? Wait.
Nah, fuck it.
Okay, everyone just talked
Jenna,
at the same time.
do you have an Epic 7 sponsor coming up?
Nope, and I think out of spite, I'm just not gonna watch any of that on stream.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I am.
You hate E7 now?
ooh,
I'm
that's
gonna be
tough.
real. I'm pretty fucking spiteful. I think that's pretty rude that they would just not sponsor my ass after I spent like 4 fucking years playing their shit. Fuck them.
Damn.
I think I have a Epic 7 sponsor.
Good, you should.
Ooh.
Absolutely,
It's a
they
turn-based
absolutely.
game, bro. It's gonna change my life.
I mean,
No,
it's
it's
literally
probably
just
not
better
as
Honkai Star
PvP.
Rail.
Oh, okay.
It's literally
Better
yeah.
HSR.
Dude, every
Honkai
game
Star
is
Rail
better than
literally-
HSR to this
Honkai
day.
Star Rail literally
Oh,
just
the
stole.
HSR
No,
strategy,
no,
it gives
no.
people in-game cancer. Like,
Wait,
it's
wait,
so
wait, wait,
bad.
wait, wait,
Bro,
wait.
do you
They
wanna
just
know?
want you to remove.
You want to know
rules.
what's
That is
so insane?
ridiculous.
Honkai Star Rail is like, what if we just copied the gear system of a PvP game? Why do we even have HP or defense or any of these
If-
stats? I don't know, but we have them in our game for some reason. That's what Genshin did too. It's like, I don't even know why we have these stats in our game, but we took them
Okay.
from a PvP game.
HP and defense actually matter in HSR though, because
Bro.
like you can't just dodge.
Okay,
You just play Aventurine. What do you mean they matter?
If
What do you mean
Epic
they matter?
7
You just
came
can't
out
use
in if
Oh,
Epic 7
fuck,
came
yeah.
out in the same time HSR did, it would not be getting any praise.
Oh, absolutely. But if it was made by Hoyoverse, it would make $100 million.
I don't think
Maybe,
so.
but like
I don't
Epic
think
7,
that,
bro.
No, Jenna said I don't think that, bro.
Wait, Jenna, did you play Epic
Really?
7 since launch?
No, its launch was shit.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was about to say, because I played since launch, and I played KR as well. Like,
Okay, well, you didn't really play since launch, but like, I know what you mean.
no, I did. I played legitimately since launch. Oh,
Didn't
okay.
you like lose your account for like 2.5 years or something?
Okay. What I meant to say is I played at launch, right, for KR,
Okay, yeah,
and then I moved over to global. But like, then you should know, right? Like, so with Epic 7, when Luna came out in Korea, they didn't fucking have a pity. It was a
it was
fucking banner.
terrible
I
at
spent
launch.
$700, didn't get a Luna, and I fucking raged. And then what did they do for global? Luna banner has a pity. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, nah. Imagine if that they did that in modern day, bro. They would have been cooked.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
done.
Well, the
There
thing
weren't
is,
that
like,
many
I think the
pities.
whole gacha sphere has kind of changed, where games kind of have more of a precedent of taking from other games. You know what I mean? Like either copying from something like Hoyoverse or other games, right? I feel like games that come out nowadays generally don't have those kinds of issues because it's kind of hard to release a game like that in current day, right? Because they'll just die, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's a Japanese gacha, because for some reason Japan just doesn't understand this, and they keep having their games die, and they go, "What happened to our game? Why are our games dying?" Tribe 9 be like, "Why are people not liking our pull system?"
What do you mean, bro? Like all these Japanese gacha games are actually trying stuff and it's failing, but meanwhile, Pokemon Company continues to make dog shit and then people slop it up, so it doesn't matter. You know, they're just trying to learn from what the Pokemon Company does, but you know, it's just not. It's just impossible to imitate. Pokemon's just mastered the art of making slop and people love it.
Sounds familiar. Well, I suppose, I don't know, we just had this big call for the Honkai Star Rail stream, but is there anything anyone else wants to say? I feel like we're kind of just getting off track.
Are you gonna
I'll be
play
looking
Star
forward
Rail?
to
Hey,
Jenna?
Honkai Star Rail.
Wait. Everyone just said something at the same time. Can you speak one by one?
Say to go for it. She asked if you are gonna play Star Rail.
I was asking Jenna, are you gonna play Star Rail?
You know, I really, really, really liked the game, and then I started to kind of lose interest in the story, kind of around like when they went back to Huanglong and everything. Or not Huanglong, that's Wuthering Waves. Okay, there's like 5 different Chinese areas and all these gachas that came out.
Oh my god.
Racist!
They're all the same.
Racism.
Okay, you know what happened? I was thinking of Hule in my mind. I was like, the area is not called Hule. And then I went like, oh, it must be Huanglong. Oh, shit. What's that place?
What's it called in Genshin, huh?
Jinzhou. It's Jinzhou.
No, it's
I mispronounced it, but... That's the area.
Nothing but Watering Waves. Wait, I just realized Watering Waves is the one with multiple CN like names, like Jinzhou and Huanglong.
Yeah,
Huanglong's like the whole region.
No,
isn't
Jinzhou's the city. Huanglong's the region.
Holy fuck,
Jinzhou
you fucking poser.
Yeah, I'm a goddamn tourist.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I actually hate World War 1.0. It's so bad.
Damn.
I thought it was like all right, because like you got to think about like the other gacha games that are delivering that on the market. There's not a lot of them, so it was okay. It wasn't like dog shit, but I do think that 2.0 made it look like shit.
Oh yeah, no, because 2.0 is like this is what the game should be. 1.0 by comparison was like so ass. Like holy crap.
Okay, wait. I need to actually like. There's something we need to talk about. Why, bro? Why is female rover in English so much worse than male rover? I tried male rover. I tried male rover for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Like female rover. And you know what's crazy? Because female rover also voices Veressa in Genshin, and she doesn't sound like that in Genshin.
It's the accent too. I think.
What are they telling female rover to do in Wuha?
Yeah,
like, why are
it's
they
never
doing
the
that?
VA's fault. It's always the director.
Yeah, exactly.
The director was like, okay, could you speak monotone real quick?
Yeah, the director's like, can you talk like an NPC? But then went to the male rovers like, be expressive. Like what the fuck?
No, I actually think part of it might be the accents though. Do you guys remember like back when they started, they hired an EU studio, but then asked a bunch of them to do like American accents or like NA, like remove the EU-ness from them. I think the rovers have that too. So they just have to try and talk without the accent for the entire game.
But like she doesn't have an accent as Veressa.
Yeah,
I don't know. I do think that they should probably look at the direction for the game though, because I do see like that is a pretty common thing where it feels like sometimes the voice actors are like really great at acting, but they just don't know what's happening. Like because they're not given the right direction.
I literally had to switch off of female rover because I was at that point where she was talking to Cantarella, and I was like, oh my god, Cantarella's doing such a good job, and then female was like, I have a plan. I was like, okay, like try like Cantarella's over here like being super expressive, tons of emotions and like talking, and then female rover's like wee boop ba boop, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. So I swapped to male rover.
Yeah, I mean, I refuse to swap, but also I 100% agree with you saying.
24-hour cooldown, but yeah.
But anyway, wait, really quickly, I just want to. The question I was asked, I'm probably not gonna play HSR. I really enjoyed the game. Didn't like really where the story was going when they went back and had the whole Hule quest and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't really a huge fan of that. And then, so I was like, okay, I'll just wait until 3.0. 3.0 came out. Wasn't really excited by it. I love the Herda though, by the way. She's like she's probably my favorite character in the entire game. Was really excited about that. But then, I'm gonna be real, I just heard rumors about the collab and I immediately went, yeah, I don't think so, man. I was so disappointed that I think I kind of just went, I don't know about this one anymore, man. And then when I heard about the Caster's Gold passive, I kind of just quit.
Wait, what rumor about the collab? Or what do you mean about the collab?
No, I think he's talking about leakers. Talk about leakers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, what might be coming out, and, well, it really disappointed me.
This is why you don't dream.
I was really excited.
If you don't dream, you can't be disappointed early.
Well, so what? I should just hold onto a piece of string and have it lead me along for months until I then go, what a piece of crap.
Come out. I still believe Rin Tosaka's coming out.
I think I have access.
Yeah, but you see, you know what I did? I did the logical thing for any gacha player. I just quit the game. I was disappointed by the game, so I quit it. It's that simple.
Okay, if that was so logical, why'd you hold on to Epic Simpers?
Because I still liked the game, even though it was annoying me and disappointing me in many ways. But you know what? Recently, kind of just quit the game too.
Oh, are you actually done? officially quit
everything. Yeah, I mean, guild fell apart. Just didn't really feel like logging in. Yeah, I mean, when you get disappointed with the game enough where you don't really want to play, you just stop logging in, and then that's it. Like, I just think there's no other way around it. Like, I've gotten disappointed with plenty of games in the past, and I quit them too. So.
Did you like Guild Wars in 7?
For a bit I did, and then it eventually becomes a chore. Like, let's be honest, most things in all gacha games eventually become a chore.
You might like this hit mode called Gunsmoke in Girls Frontline 2. Check it out today.
Gunsmoke, holy
I hate
shit. Dude, you know what's funny? Every time Gunsmoke's coming around, everyone in my chat says, "Oh no, Gunsmoke," and starts spamming emotes, and they're like all sad and upset.
Bro,
like,
I spend like up to an hour every day off stream doing that shit to maintain our guild's like top 15.
It's actually the worst game mode.
Gunsmoke? Fun smoke? Isn't that fun?
Yeah, anyways, I'm probably the only person in this call that's actually basically, I guess, washed his hand of HSR. And I really enjoyed the game before, by the way. For anyone who doesn't know, I really liked the game for a while. But
I think they have an
all things about being that Brax.
It's okay to like a game and quit it.
What?
Yeah, well, I liked the game, and then I quit it. And, well, I just see it as anyone who's truly disappointed in a game should quit it. I watched the HSR live stream today because I thought it'd be fun, and I was sort of hate watching, which I thought would be funny. And, well, I saw the caster's passive stay, and I went, well, too bad. And that's all there is to it.
Did you actually think it wasn't staying? Like, come on.
Oh, no, I absolutely knew it was going to stay. But
if you're a dreamer, you should already know it wasn't disappearing.
The thing is, I don't really generally look at leaks for games. The only reason I knew about the caster's passive was because everyone started talking about it first, and I was like, wait, what? And then I started looking at leaks and was like, what the hell? So, oh well.
So how'd you see the collab rumors then? If you don't.
Oh, because someone in chat said it, and I went, no way, and then I looked it up and went, oh my. That's the only time I hear about things, but
that's why I tell my chat too. I don't look at leaks either. It's just motherfuckers that
just type they come in and say things, and then they put the blame on you that you're looking at leaks, but it's like your ass has told me.
Yeah, you can't escape the leaks. You have to just ignore chat if that happens. And it's
I have my fucking DMs open, and then I wake up some days and just like 5 DMs. I check them, and it's fucking just like plastered gifs of the newest characters leaked, and I'm like, okay.
Well, and that's insane that people are DMing you that.
This is because I have my DMs open. I don't think most people have their DMs open too.
No.
Yeah.
Well, anyone else want to say anything?
Yo, Box, when are you hitting? Did you hit Celestial?
Okay, bro, that's enough of this. Okay, no,
hold on.
Oh, this has nothing to do with anything, guys.
Okay, well, this is Gacha related. Mr. Poke, you remember when you said you were so excited for Girls Frontline 2? What happened?
Papa's really like Girls
I
Frontline 2.
still play that game, by the way.
No, you fucking don't. You have an account manager. Don't lie. You have an account manager.
Oh my god.
She reses your characters.
I could get an account manager to do my Gunsmoke, and it would save my time so much. But it's the act of actually playing it. You know, like no way.
I play it off stream, so it's kind of the same thing.
Okay, Poke, I'm gonna be real. I would make the argument that if you truly like a game, you would not have an account manager for it.
No, I don't think so, man. If you,
no, of course you don't think so, because you have 10 of them.
Okay, you know why? No, because if you truly love the game, you will use your account manager to do the boring stuff, and then you actually do the fun stuff on stream.
Why does it have boring stuff?
But if you truly love the exactly,
no, but it's part of the game, though, bro.
To do the dailies.
Is part of the game.
So you're saying, let me get this straight. You're saying, wait, let me get this straight. You're saying a large percentage of the game sucks, so you get someone else to do it. So is the game even good at that point?
But it's not a large percentage of the game, though. You basically just spend stamina. There's like a 2-minute, 3-minute portion of the game. The large.
You just described the part of the game that you need to do to be able to progress your account at all. It's definitely the largest part of the game.
It's one of the
most important. It depends on how long it takes for the dailies. Like, how long does it take for you to spend stamina and like clear everything to the real units?
Okay, then why do you need an account manager to do
that? It's convenient, and I have a life. You know, I touch grass. I have a wife. I have kids. You know, I ain't gonna spend
a few minutes
just doing that when it can be just done by anyone else, right? You know, absolutely not. I can't spend a few minutes. No, time is precious. Yep.
No, but like, the benefits of Poke, bro. Like, we're not gonna sit there and say that he doesn't love Honkai Star Rail, right?
Brother, you were in a league game earlier watching my stream. What do you, time is precious. You could just do it on the side of your league game.
Bro,
Every time you had five deaths on Nautilus. Those 5 deaths you could have just done your HSR dailies
at the same time. I was playing Leap while playing HSR at the same time.
Damn.
And I won, by the way.
So why don't you have a League of Legends account manager? Because that's wasting your time a lot too. Because it's
okay, but the thing is, League is not about the win. It is about the journey towards the win. You know.
Bro, what the fuck kind of problem is that, bro?
Actually
What the
cares
fuck?
about spending the stamina yourself or someone else.
Anaxa.
What do you mean? Doesn't an artifact or relic feel like it's more yours when you upgrade it rather than when
I roll it? Exactly. So the fun stuff of me rolling it and getting it, that's the fun part, right? But me actually spending the stamina, it doesn't really change anything.
What do you mean? But then you didn't get that piece, right? That's someone else.
I get that piece because I would upgrade that piece.
No, bro, I'm telling you, relics and artifacts are all predestined. The second it dropped, it already destined. No. It was already destined to be that. The second it dropped, you hitting it didn't change anything. I'll bet if Bill Bob hit it, it would have been the same outcome.
Nope. If I did the upgrade, it would be a completely different upgrade.
Wait, Pokey. Using the account manager is like you having someone play League of Legends, but then in the last 5 minutes of the game, you log on and take over.
Yeah, you last hit the Nexus and it's like, I won.
Because League of, okay. Comparing this to League is ridiculous because League has early game, mid game, late game, and all of these phases, it shapes the outcome of the battle. There's an equivalent.
What do you know about early game, mid game, late game, bro? You just play jungle.
It's the equivalent.
You're PvEing all day.
It's the equivalent of we're already from +2 to +12, and then you do the last +12, right? Whereas every single stage of a relic, it affects whether or not you roll yourself. So that is like the comparison in the League.
Okay, do you actually believe relics and artifacts aren't predestined the second that you obtain them?
Nope, absolutely not. Right? It depends on every single specific point. It's not predestined.
Do you feel like if you do a viewer pool for someone else that you have more luck than they do?
Nope, it depends on hidden. I believe in hidden pity. So if I keep getting unlucky on my pools, I can pass on that luck to my viewers, which is why I always keep them very regular because I break my own account.
Yep. This guy's just fucking lying.
No. I genuinely
there's no way you believe that, bro.
Believe in hidden pity. Right?
There's no way
in life, there's always hidden pity.
No, I kind of agree with him. I believe there's gacha equilibrium, you know? Like, all things balance out.
When is it my turn to equalize?
That's called statistics. That's what statistics are,
you own
guys.
a house. That's your equilibrium, bitch.
Yeah, my fucking taxes are a fifth of the cost of my house, so I'm not feeling very good.
Bob's like, yeah, this is unfair. You own a house, has literally spent enough money to own a house. Just it's only his fault. Like purely.
It's not. It's these predatory gacha games making super FOMO. They're taking advantage of my psychology.
There's nothing I could do. I'm a victim.
Bro, I'm telling you, they have like secret test lab that they literally have human test subjects.
They put fobbits in there to find out what you want.
And they find out the perfect formula to get people addicted to rolling, and they've done it. And I'm
like, Fobmaster's chat. Your whole chat is just a fucking science experiment, and you're the fucking experiment. You're the victim. Your whole chat, the entire thing has just been one big experiment this whole time.
Bro, do you guys ever like zone out and wonder if you're like in the what's that movie with the Jim Carrey? Where the Truman Show. You guys ever just zone out of your life and like think as you look into other people's windows as they drive by or walk by? It's like, are they real? Like,
bro, are you okay?
No, but
like, are other people sentient other than like you?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, maybe you're just in a simulation and everybody's just like pretending like they're doing stuff. They're not actually doing anything meaningful, and they're just going through the acts to make sure that you're.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Like maybe Mr. Pokey doesn't have account managers. It just automatically gets done, right? Like he's part of the system.
Right? Yeah.
Gacha to sci-fi.
Maybe Mr. Pokey never went to Japan. He just disappeared for a little bit and then came back.
He logged out.
You'll never know.
He logged out for
I left the simulation and I'm on.
Damn, you came back. Big mistake, buddy.
Yeah, he thinks he's Neo.
Came back for a mid live stream.
Well,
right, good call, guys.
Yeah, good call, guys.
Yeah, good call.
I should have been in bed 2 hours ago. Fuck you guys.
Yeah,
goodbye.
For 2 hours. That's
you can literally leave anytime you want.
I can't believe
No, I didn't wake up. I just stayed up. I was just playing my dinosaur game, waiting for stream.
I see.
All right.
Good talk, everybody, and goodbye.
Good
Goodbye,
night.
everyone.
Thanks, Dennis, for hosting.
Bye. Good night.
All right, later.
Later. That was a interesting call. Fob's been playing a lot of the dinosaur game. A rame for free. We get a rame for free. Or you can choose which half for free. You can pick between one of the two, or the 5-star standard. This call did seem to have gone on for quite a bit, but it was quite entertaining. I went from discussing HSR to some random tidbits. The part where Fob was calling out Pokey was pretty funny.